In the wake of the global financial crisis, the headlines are full of doom and gloom. But the chairman of Tata Consultancy Services says the crisis has created major opportunities for new industries and leaders with vision.
Business leaders have to look ahead. You've got to have a far sight on this one. And out of this gloom and doom, we believe that there are going to be opportunities which, if you're ready for it, you can take it.
In a speech at NUS Business School, Girija Pande cited what he said are 4 emerging megatrends fueling his optimism. First is what he sees as the global center of gravity shifting back to Asia. He expects China's economy to grow to match the U.S. within the next 6 to 8 years, with India not far behind. With that will come innovation, but at a price point suited to Asian markets.
Tata Nano is a classic example. A $2,000 car, you first set the price points. Get people who've never built a car before, because you don't want to build the car in the same way it was built before. And then say to them, you got to build a $2,000 car. And put young people inside it, give them some time, and they will come out with a solution.
The second megatrend is urbanization. Pande says in the next 5 years, 60% of the world's population will be living in cities, with 15 of the largest cities in Asia. This is creating a huge demand for a new kind of smart city, with China, itself experiencing rapid urbanization, taking the lead.
They are all focused on creating smart cities because they are saying you cannot create the same kind of cities and the numbers that we want. They will not be sustainable, we will not be able to handle it, so we have to do it differently. And therefore the need to create smart cities and smart government, smart buildings, smart transportation, smart utilities. And this is a huge opportunity of over $100 billion.
That leads to the third megatrend, sustainability. That's creating opportunities in the areas of renewable energy, as well as infrastructure such as charging stations. The fourth trend is what Pande calls the march of technology, or the age of big data. He says a major new industry is springing up around sorting, storing, and analyzing massive amounts of information. But all that comes with a caveat. Companies will not be able to capitalize on these opportunities if they cannot manage talent.
Acquiring, discovering, training, and retaining talent is going to be the most difficult task because of the opportunities. We are going to have a war for talent.
Tata Consultancy Services will be among those fighting for the best. The company plans to recruit 60,000 people this year.
This is where you have to manage diversity, sensitivity to diversity, whether it is cultural, whether it is gender, whether it is age. And for talent management to be successful, leaders have to be culturally sensitive and accept open ideas even if they come from a 20-year-old.
Pande told students in the audience many of the recruits will come from their own generation, the in-demand Generation Y or Generation Z.
You are the one we talked about today, so you are very much the focus of the conversation.
Pande says these new recruits need a different style of management than their parents' generation.
The generation itself is an online generation in many ways. So to them, you don't ask anyone, you just go to Google. Right? And so to manage that generation requires a different skill. And that has to be where you have to have a very collaborative style than a prescriptive style.
Pande says collaboration leads to innovation. And that, he says, will put companies in the best position to turn challenges into opportunities. For NUS Business School, I'm Katie Sargent.